What's going on, you guys? Mr. Allen here doing some proofs in this video, and that's right, not one, but two proofs, okay? I've got a level 1 difficulty proving two triangles congruent, and then the more advanced, we move beyond that and use those two congruent triangles to prove something else. So this is going to be a continuation of that same proof. Some of you may only be going up to congruent triangles right now. Some of you might be going beyond that. So if you are, stick around for the second half. All right, now the first thing when you're doing a proof is you jot down the given, okay? Some people choose to space it out when they use it. I prefer to write it all down at once. So number one here, I'm going to write that I have triangle ABC is iso. I'm going to abbreviate it there. And then the next one, I have BD bisects angle ABC. And my reason here, given. Boom. Done. Okay. Now, what are we going to do with these? How are we going to use these pieces of the given information? Well, let's start with the isosceles triangle, because an isosceles triangle really does give you quite a bit. I have congruent sides. Boom. Those two right there. Sometimes they'll even be more specific in the given and say with legs AB and CB. All right. And then I also get congruent angles. Boom. Boom. So I'm going to write both of those down as a part of my definition of isosceles triangle. So I have step 2 here, and we have, let's see here, AB is congruent to CB, and I have angle A is congruent to angle C. And since these come from the same reason here, I can put them in the same step. This is definition, iso, triangle. Nice. Beautiful. Wonderful. All right, now, some teachers may ask you to space those out in 2 separate steps. So, just ask your teacher before, you go through these proofs, but that's what I would do in this situation. All right, next one. And I'm going to change colors as I mark the diagram so you can see why I wrote what I wrote. We have BD bisects angle ABC. So what does that mean? Well, if I'm bisecting an angle, if I'm splitting an angle in half, I should get 2 congruent angles. Because a lot of times people look at this and they say, ooh, okay, I'm bisecting. Well, are these two things congruent then? Well, no. That'd be this situation that I'm trying to prove right there, okay? I bisected an angle. I'm bisecting this angle right here, okay? So I'm going to split it in half, and I'm going to get this angle and that angle right there. Those two are congruent. You do not need to make this mark on your diagram. That was so I could show you guys the angle that I'm bisecting, but I got these two angles are congruent. Now, you could, if your teacher allows, label these as 1 and 2 and write angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. And your reason would be definition bisect. Or if your teacher prefers, you may want to write down angle ABD is congruent to angle CBD. 3. And our reason is definition of angle bisector. Okay. So some may just say like, oh, just write down definition bisect or bisector, definition of angle bisector, or they might ask you to write out the entire definition of what an angle bisector is. I've always been cool with definition bisect, BIS period, definition angle bisector. There's so much writing in here that I prefer some abbreviations to keep things nice and neat. Okay. So I kind of just went for it and used my given information, and now I like to take a step back and kind of see, like, do I have enough? What else do I need to prove these two triangles congruent? Well, these are my two triangles here. I've got an angle, set of angles paired up, right? I've got a set of sides paired up, and I've got another set of angles paired up. Corresponding angles, sides, and angles. Oh, angle, side, angle. All right, I'm going to do this one in pink now because we like start to finish kind of a deal. I guess that's the theme that I'm going with anyways. So I can write my proof statement of triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CBD. And my reason is angle, side, angle. Boom. So that is proof 1. Done zone. I'm going to write a little line here. Where'd my white marker go? This is the end of proof number 1. All right, we finished that up. Done. Awesome. So if all you're doing right now in your class is proving triangles congruent, see you later, dog. Or if you want to stick around and like get a little more advanced, you can stick around. You should stick around. Okay. Next part, BD bisects AC. So when we're going beyond proving triangles congruent, I like to think about this a little bit backwards. If I want to prove that BD bisects this segment right here, that would mean that these two segments need to be congruent. Okay? So how can I prove those two segments congruent? Well, I just proved these two triangles congruent. Would it make sense to you that if the two triangles are congruent, their corresponding parts, their other corresponding parts, the other three that exist, are also congruent? Yes, they are. So now, those two, I got to use 2 tick marks now, right? Because I already used 1 tick mark. Now I use 2 tick marks. That's why I have different angle markings here and here. Cool. I can say that in step 5, AD is congruent to CD, and my reason is corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Ooh, who wants to write that? No, CPCTC. So I'm talking about corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. CPCTC. I got it tattooed on my shoulder. I am kidding. I do not. But it would be pretty cool. Okay, maybe a little congruent triangle, a little proof. No. All right. I think we're ready to go to the proof statement, right? Because I just proved that these two are congruent. By definition of bisect, like if I said BD bisects AC, oh, I could say these two are congruent by the definition of segment bisector. So I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's get our proof statement. Go back to pink. We got 6. I can say that BD is going to bisect, so bisect AC. And my reason, definition, segment bisector. Or definition, segment, bisect. I'm going to be honest. I can't remember if it's ER or O. Pretty sure it's ER. But I'm going to leave it just as bisect so I don't have to prove that I can't spell. Anyways, there we go, guys. That's it. That's a dope proof. That is the end of the second one. That you don't actually have to do the line there. I just did that to break it up so you guys could see. But we have ourselves a lovely triangle congruence proof and a little beyond CPCTC, which is always fun and dandy. It's like, I don't want to stop proving. Let me do more. All right, there we go, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. And if you have any questions, let me know.